Hi, I'm Carl Anderson of Kugae Gundogs. Let's have a little talk about and a look through the different types of Cocker Spaniels and Springer Spaniels. So this is a typical show type Cocker Spaniel. Absolutely stunning looking, lovely fur, lovely mane ear, real soft, lovable nature. But a little bit off with the fairies and wants to be everything on their terms. Now, this isn't every show Cocker Spaniel or every working Cocker Spaniel. This is the nature of this dog, and every dog has got a different personality, just a little bit like human beings. They've all got different personalities, and you can see at the minute he's looking over there, so that's a little bit more interesting. And in the minute he'll probably look over there, but the important thing is if we come down to his level, he's going to come in and he's going to want this fuss, and this is what Cocker Spaniels like. And in the house, people fuss these dogs up and they let them on the furniture, and they really interact with them. And when they come outside, they kind of fall out with them because they say they're naughty, because they pull and they don't concentrate on the owner. There's no focus. But if you come outside and you put a little bit of positivity into these dogs like this, he's loving this. He just wants the fuss. We can get the best out of them. And some of these show Cocker Spaniels make really good working dogs, but most aren't. They're bred for showing, they're bred for their looks, the style, walking round the ring and really impressing the judge. So they go to Crufts and various dog shows, and they're there to impress the judge, and they brush up nice, and they're just nice dogs. Do they make good working dogs? Some do. Do they make good pets? Absolutely they do. Sit. So he understands the whistle, and we've got some focus. So that's just a little rundown on a show Cocker Spaniel. Absolutely stunning looking dog, lovable dog, very affectionate, wants to be with us and around us, but easily distracted and wants to go his own way. Something happening, there's a little bird rattling in that hedge, so all of a sudden it's more interesting than we are. So now let's move on and get a working Cocker Spaniel out. So now we've got out, this is a working Cocker Spaniel, and you can see the difference straight away. We've lost them curls, we've lost that nice big thick coat. This is a slender thing. It's small, it's elegant, it's designed to hunt and squeeze in the smallest places, under brambles, through thickets, even to a certain degree it'll go down a rabbit hole. But we've still got that one thing, it's affectionate and it wants to be in and around us. Well, this isn't a sloppy dog, this is saying okay, we're off to work. It just really wants to climb up, be everywhere, and it's very lively, it's very responsive. So these make absolute outstanding working dogs, and this one especially, but also they make great pets. But again, it's like anything in the house, we kind of control them and with food, treats and one thing and another. The minute we come outside, we let them go and do whatever they want. And a dog like this, what's left to its own devices and it goes meandering down that hedge, I will guarantee it won't go many yards before it's in trouble. If you take this dog off the lead and allow it to run off, it's going to take more and more ground off you all the time. It will become an absolute working machine on its own. It just absolutely needs controlling. So if we put the whistle on it, and straight away it sits very sharp and we get that focus. And wherever we go, this little dog will go. You can see how sharp it is. It wants to be in and around us. And that's the difference between the two. We've got the lovely show dog, and it's got its lovely head of hair and its lovely coat and its paws. It's absolutely a photograph. It's absolutely beautiful in every way. But it hasn't got the breeding what this has got, whereas this is bred for working, been bred for hundreds of years, and it just wants to go and find game and retrieve game and work with the owners. And that's the key to all Cocker Spaniels. You have to engage with them. You have to create a game. It's all a game where you've got this real special bond. If you come down to the level, they come straight into you and they want to be with you all the time. So that's the working Cocker Spaniel. Now let's go and bring another one out and see what that's capable of. So this is Bailey, and Bailey's nearly 2 years old, and he's a Cocker Spaniel cross a Springer Spaniel, and you can generally see that by the features. He's a little bit of a white nose and he's just got that look about him, and he's a really nice dog. He's got a lot about him and he's going to train up really well. He's a companion to someone, a pet, and he's going to tick all the boxes. He's a very quiet dog, but he loves a fuss. But more importantly, when you've got these spaniels, so they're either cross a Cocker and a Springer or cross a Labrador or what other wild things people come out with to cross these dogs, they do make really nice pets and they do make really good gun dogs. But you've got to understand them. We're not just taking a Cocker Spaniel, a working Cocker Spaniel or a working Springer Spaniel or a show dog. They've been bred like that for years and years, hundreds of years, and we kind of understand them, and even though the personalities are different, we more or less start the same. When you get these ones, we have to understand them. We have to know what's in that brain and how they tick before we can really start working on them. If I come down to Bailey's level, he'll come into me and he loves a fuss like the rest of them, but he's not that Cocker Spaniel what's crawling up me, crawling round my neck. He's more, I suppose, and I know there's none in him, he's more like a Labrador that wants to put there and put a paw on you. He's just an absolutely lovable character. But again, we just have to understand it. Look, all he wants to do, this little dog, is just please. His focus is stunning. His personality is absolutely addictive in every way. Sit. His manners are good. So again, he makes a great Spaniel cross. He's just absolutely brilliant in every shape, in every form. So now we'll go get an English Springer Spaniel out and talk through that. So we've got an English Springer Spaniel out now. This one's 18 months old, and he's of a working variety and a very good working dog, very switched on. Again, they make absolutely great pets, great companions. They make good competition dogs, really good at agility, search dogs, and for a variety of other things. They really want to interact with you all the time. And again, like the Cockers we bring out, like the crosses we bring out, they want to be in and around us. They just love the cuddle and just being snugged in with you all the time. And interacting with them is so important outside, like the rest of the dogs. He's having the microphone there, he's away with that now. And don't be frightened if they jump up you. You know, yeah, if you've got your white trousers on, it's important. But these are great hunting dogs. They hit cover really hard. Wolves probably hits cover a little bit too hard, so we have to be careful where we put him. But again, they go in cover really hard. We train them to keep them close. Again, if a dog like Wolf, if we let him go out in the countryside too far, he'll soon get up to his own tricks. If we don't interact with him, he'll be off down the hedges and off he goes. He'll soon find something else to get up to, and that's the important thing with all these Spaniels. We have to keep them close and interact with them. If we're on a mobile phones and we're wandering along, they'll all go. But the Springer Spaniel is absolutely brilliant for hitting cover hard, finding game, retrieving game. It's great at swimming, bringing geese, as is the Cockers are, but this is just like that up version of it. Absolutely brilliant to work. So we've looked at 4 types of Spaniels, and there's other different varieties of Spaniels out there. But we've looked at the show Cocker Spaniel, which is an absolute magnificent looking dog, great character, but kind of switches off and does what it wants. And before everyone starts jumping on me, that's just that particular dog I'm talking about. If we lined up 10 of them here now, every one of them would have different characters, and every one of them would have different owners, so they'd have different personalities from the dog and from the owners and how we treat them. What we do when we're training them, we look at the individual dog and train that dog's needs to the owner, to the handler. And it's again the same with the working Cocker Spaniel. We want this mischievous little dog what's really bouncy, really energetic, wants to get in the undergrowth, but more importantly wants to stay in and around us and listen to us. So if we put the turn whistle on, they turn. If we put the sit whistle on, they sit. If we put the recall whistle on, they recall. If they flush a bird, they need to sit to flush. If a bang goes off, we want them to sit to shot. So again, a big element of training goes in that, and it's all feasible. If we get the English Springer Spaniel, it's exactly the same. They need to work like the Cocker Spaniel. There's a big difference in between the way they work, but on the principle, for a working dog, they're exactly the same. Does the English Springer Spaniel make a good pet? Absolutely, makes a brilliant pet, but you need to condition it to that and not give it too much freedom. People tend to, inside the house, don't have a problem with the dogs, and then when they get outside the problem starts. Well, if you interact with the dogs and you come down to their level and you fuss them up outside, they'll want to be in and around you. But if your idea of is taking one of these spaniels out in the countryside and let it go meandering down these hedges and letting it create its own fun, you're going to have a problem. It's going to find something to chase or some mischief to get up to, or it'll go in a straight line and just across 1 field, 2 field, 3 field, and it'll just be on deaf ears. White noise, it will not come back to you. But if you interact with it, it will come back to you. And remember, you haven't got to interact with it for the rest of its life. You've got to find this common ground where you're having fun, the dog's having fun, and then you stay together. You kind of read each other and create this bond. And you'll see that in some people that can go out and they can walk a dog anywhere off the lead and it'll stay in and around them, and that's really what we're trying to create to do. So whether you've got, you know, will a show dog make a working dog? Yes, it will. Will a working Cocker Spaniel make a pet? Yes, it will. Will a Springer Spaniel make a pet? Yes. Will it make a working dog? Yes. They'll do anything you want them to do if you put the time and effort in to the dog. So if you're about to go out there and choose a puppy and you're saying, well, I'm not sure whether to get a working Cocker Spaniel or a show Cocker Spaniel, just have a look at the two different natures. Go to the breeder, ask lots of questions, see how they've been socialised. You'll soon know, if you come down to them dogs level, if them puppies come into you and climb all over and you want a fuss, you know they've been socialised really, really good. And that's the easy part. If you can get that and take that puppy home, it should follow you everywhere. The day it starts to drift over there too far, just walk the other way and interact with it and get it to follow you, not the other way around. You don't want to be chasing the dog, you'll push it away. The dog wants to be following you and chasing you all the time. Then you create this really big game. As for choosing one of these puppies, select the breed you want, do your homework, look at the pedigrees if they've got pedigrees, or look at the parents, the mum and dad if you can. In this day and age we've got loads of videos. People can send you videos, links, and you can get a good idea of what's going on. And when you go to see the puppies, if you haven't got the option, you know, you're turning up, the puppies are 8-10 weeks old and you've got to pick one, you've got half an hour, just it's a bit of a lottery really. Look at the puppies, see which one you like. Maybe it's the markings, maybe it cuddles you first, maybe it runs up to you, maybe it's shy in the corner, whatever, it doesn't really matter. It's what suits you. Pick that puppy up and create that bond and move on with that puppy. If on the other hand you've got someone who's bred a litter of puppies and you're in a good position where you can watch them for week after week after week after week, you'll see a puppy and you'll think, well, I like that characteristics about it, that's the one I want, and that's great. And then you can move on, you've got this real big bond with it. But there's no easy way of going and picking a puppy and saying, right, I know that dog's going to do that, because we don't. The character will change so much. When we pick them up at 8 weeks old, by 12 weeks the character will change, by 16 weeks the character will change, by 20 weeks the character will start to understand, and then we can move on with it. But at them early stages, really, when you bring it home, it's how you react with it and what you create from it. If the puppy's a little bit shy, get it confidence with everything it sees. If it backs off from something, gently take it to it. Work with it, roll around on the floor, just create this massive game and condition that puppy to how you want it to be. That's the side of a puppy. Now if you've inherited a dog and it's 12 months old, 8 months old, 16 months old, whatever age, that's a different story, and we'll cover that in another video, because that comes with a different set of challenges. What we're trying to get across here today is the variety of a spaniel you want to pick. One of the varieties we've brought out, or it might be a Colombo Spaniel or one of the other varieties. And the journey it takes to get there. It's just all got to be fun outside. Come down to the level. I can't stress it enough. You'll always see my dogs jumping up me, but when we get to a certain age, and I know the bonded, we'll stop that jumping up instantly, and we can do at any stage. But more importantly, outside, I want them dancing around me, being involved with me. But that's my journey on a dog. You've got to find your own journey, understand the dog you're getting, do your homework where you're getting it from, and enjoy every minute of it. Every minute from when you pick that dog up right the way through, all the way through its life. It's got to be a brilliant adventure, and enjoying from both your perspective and the dog's perspective. Thanks for watching.